How do we draw a joint bar graph? In this example, we will compare the runs scored by Kabir and Stanley in 3 different matches. These are their respective scores. In the first match, Kabir scored 40 and Stanley scored 15. In the second one, Kabir scored 45 and Stanley scored 60. And the third one, Kabir scored 15 and Stanley scored 35 runs. We need to compare their performances. Before we look at the actual drawing, let's work out a rough sketch. Say we have the x and the y axis. On the y-axis, we can have the runs, and on the x-axis, we can have the match numbers. First, we can represent Kabir's score in the 3 matches. He scored 40, 45 and 15. Let this be the bar for 40. The bar for 45 will be a little taller. And this bar is for 15. The blue bars represent Kabir's performance. Let's draw red bars to represent Stanley's performance. In the first match, he scores a 15. In the second, he scores a 60. The second red bar will be taller than the second blue one. And the bar for 35 runs would look like this. This is how it would roughly look. Let's try to do the same thing on a graph paper. So we take a graph paper and draw the x and the y axis. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Next, we need to label the axes. As we want to compare the runs scored by both of them, we can have the runs scored shown on the y-axis and the match number on the x-axis. So now we have to choose a suitable scale. We have numbers right from 15 up to 60. So a scale of 1 centimeter equals to 10 runs on the y-axis would be perfect. We would just need 6 divisions on the y-axis, which is manageable. So we write 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 on the y-axis. And we write the match numbers 1, 2, 3 on the x-axis. Because it's a joint bar graph we are drawing, we would need to choose the bar type for Kabir and Stanley. We can use unshaded bars to represent Kabir's runs and shaded bars to represent Stanley's runs. Let us first draw bars for Kabir's runs. As we have 1 centimeter to represent the scores of both the players, we keep the width of bars at 0.5 centimeters. Kabir scored 40 runs in the first match. That will be a bar of length 4 centimeters. In the second match, he scored 45. So we draw an unshaded bar of 4.5 centimeters. And then a bar of 1.5 centimeters to represent 15 runs. We are done with the bar graph for Kabir. Now next to these bars, we can draw the bars to represent Stanley's scores in the 3 matches respectively. Stanley scored 15 runs in the first match, so we draw a bar of length 1.5 centimeters. Stanley scored a 60 in the second match. We draw a bar of length 6 centimeters to represent 60 runs, and then a bar of 3.5 centimeters to show his score in the third match. We have effectively drawn the joint bar graph for this table. Now you will easily be able to tell which player has performed better in any of the matches. In short, joint bar graphs make it easier to compare 2 sets of data.